1 year ago, you were re-elected. I don't know, it's now 10 o'clock. By this time, had you gotten all your results? Were you confident that you had been re-elected as Member of Parliament?
Yeah, I was confident, but I think that I got the last result probably around 11 p.m. from the most remote part of the constituency. But it was my stronghold, so I was very confident that that would be a good result and it will all add up to my...
Before that, were you winning? Before that result came in?
Oh, yeah, I was winning.
You were already leading?
I was leading. Initially, the main township is not really my stronghold, and that is closer to the coalition center. So usually from the beginning, I will be trailing behind my opponent. But as those polling stations dry up, and then the result from the further distant polling stations start coming, I will usually, catch up with my opponent and then start opening the gap.
So this is your fourth time in Parliament?
Yes.
Hey, and then you are getting there. Okay. So what do you have to say a year from now, a year ago? What's your biggest memory?
I think people should understand what is happening in this Parliament as an indication that our democracy is working. Because I hear people say, oh, what you are doing, you will invite military adventurers and etc. I say, no, that's not the case. You see, when people lose confidence in democratic institutions, their ability to check one another, you remember your basic governance, that the executive, judiciary, and the legislature are three arms meant to check each other. When people lose confidence in the ability of the three arms to check each other and begin to think that they collude to promote their self-interest, that's when actually adventurers will have an excuse to move in and they will get popular support. But when people see that the institutions are actually checking each other, the executive have brought their budget, the parliament is resisting the budget and demand that changes must be made, the executive is yielding to the demands, then they know that, okay, the institutions are checking each other. If there is a dispute and they go to the courts, they must feel that the courts are determining the matters impartially. If that happens, no adventurer will even venture. And even if somebody tries, the population will resist because they are confident that the institutions are working to check themselves.
We have been making that point on this program. What's happening in Parliament is an advertisement for our democracy.
Yes.
After all, it happens in America all the time. We see it on CNN and we applaud America for it.
Yes.
Why is it that it's happening in Ghana and we are worried?
We shouldn't be worried.
No, we shouldn't be. We shouldn't be.
I mean,
but we want the budget passed and want the system working.
Yeah, for me, it's still a shame that on critical matters like this, you can't get people on both sides of the house to take independent positions. I look forward to the day when I will confidently say to my colleagues that, look, I disagree with the minority position on this, and I'm going public on that, irrespective of the consequences. The same way, I'm looking forward to the day when some members of the NPP won't be meeting me in the corridors and say, Ayariga, people should fight this thing. Even as we don't agree, just that, we can't say anything.
Oh,
but people
is that what really happens?
That's what happens. I'm looking forward to the day when they will have the courage on the floor of the House to state that, no, I think the e-levy will impose further hardship on my constituents, so I'm not going to vote for it.
Why are they not having the courage? Why is that not happening? Why that may be the last epoch to attain for us to become a truly emerging democracy. Why is that not happening? Is it a question of finance?
I think that the hold that parties have on their members is something that we should... You remember some time ago, this second deputy speaker, when he disagreed with his party and his party sacked him, and the speaker ruled that once his party had sacked him, he was no longer a member of parliament. Yeah. And I took a principled position that the party cannot sack a member of parliament from parliament. You can sack him from your party. But if you sack him from your party, he remains a member of parliament. Because if parties can sack members of parliament from parliament because they disagree with party positions, this is the kind of parliament you will have. This kind of parliament you will have. I can't diverge from my party position, no matter how wrong my party is. But it is my position that the Constitution does not make any provision. It says that if you cross carpet, but if I don't cross carpet, and I disagree with my party, and I even resign from my party, but say I'm remaining in the parliament, I don't see why, and well, especially where the party sacks me. I didn't even resign, the party sacks me because I have a principled position different from the party's position. I don't think that automatically takes me out of parliament. If not, then you will not have any member of parliament having an independent view on any matter.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. Okay, so the point you're making is that the distinction between crossing carpet to join another party in Parliament.
Yes.
Therefore, adding your number to their number.
Yes, that's what the Constitution expressly
doesn't allow.
Prohibits.
Yeah, it prohibits that.
Yes.
But if you have been sacked from your party or you leave your party without joining another party,
yes,
you should remain a member of Parliament until the expiry of your term.
Till the expiry of your term. That's my position on the matter. Because that is what will enable parliamentarians. For instance, a live example is the second deputy speaker. He disagreed with his party dismissed him, he went and stood independent, and he still won. And his constituents brought him back to parliament because they liked his position on that matter.
It means that if he had been sacked because he wasn't party, would have done harm to the constituency.
Would have done harm to the constituency.
Because the results of the election 1 month later show that they still have confidence.
They still have confidence in him. They still have confidence in him. And the same party came back to negotiate with him. So I think that position is wrong. We should stay away from that arrangement and understand that MPs can have an independent view on a matter, independent of what their party thinks about that same matter. And then, because you can't have a monolithic situation across, several hundred constituencies. So my constituency may have a completely different interest. But then the party is trying to synthesize the interests. And so the synthesis may lead to a situation where my interest is being undermined. My constituents must see me expressing their position on the matter, independent of the party position.